Hi, and welcome to my channel. I'm Shannon and I refinish furniture. What that means is I take old, discarded furniture, usually solid wood, and give it new life by painting it or staining it. In today's video, you're going to see how I get this finished with 2 stains that you can find at your local hardware store. I hope that you'll stick around and subscribe. I post videos every week and I have lots to share, so if you're into that sort of thing, stick around. I started out with this blonde solid wood table, and I'm going to throw on my mask since I'm going to be sanding. Now what you're looking at here is a belt sander, and I have an 80 grit sandpaper on it, and a belt sander is as easy to use as a vacuum cleaner. You just go back and forth. It does all the work for you. You don't have to push hard, and it just makes easy work out of sanding a tabletop down. So you'll see I'm using the belt sander forward and back with the grain. I'm not going in circles. So I like to do it this way so that it looks more like the grain if there are any like deep scratches or anything like that. Just works a lot better for me. I don't have any like squiggly swirls or anything. For me, I was going for a distressed, aged look, so I don't mind if some spots are a little bit more sanded than others, and the stain will have some variation when it is applied, and I actually really like that look. So, but if you're going for more of an even look, you'll want to use a higher grit sandpaper to smooth it all down after you're done with the 80 grit. So here it is, all sanded down to the blonde light wood. And hey, this is pretty too. Some people might want to stop here. But I'm going to be applying a stain to darken it up a little bit first. So this is the color pewter in a semi-transparent waterproofing stain and sealer from Behr. What's great about this is that it is waterproofing, and I thought that that would be good for a table. You could probably just use any stain in the color pewter. This is oil-based, so I can't water it down. I'm just using it directly from the can. I'm applying it with paper towel. Sometimes I'll use a chip brush that I can just throw away and apply it that way, but I was all out today, so I just used paper towel. You'll want to make sure and apply it heavy enough to where it can kind of soak into the wood, and then you'll just wipe off the excess with your dry paper towel. I work in strips long ways, you know, with the length of the table, so I kind of treat each board like a new section, or my imaginary board if there aren't actual lines. So I would say that I apply it liberally. I figure I can apply it and let it soak in and then wipe off the extra, so I'd rather put a little bit too much on and wipe it off than not put enough on. I really like this pewter color. It has like a warmth to it, even though it's a gray, and it's gonna look really good when we put the whitewash on top. So here it is, all stained with the first layer of the pewter color. Outside it looks a little lighter. I'm going to show you a picture of it inside a darker garage, and so you can kind of see it was a little darker than some of the video may show. So next up, we are going to be applying the whitewash. I waited 72 hours. You may need to wait longer. Just follow the directions on the can. But 72 hours was good for me since I'm using a water-based next over top of an oil-based. I needed to wait until it was fully dry. So this is Minwax's wood stain in a whitewash pickling color. I really like this stuff. You've seen me use it on others, and I'm just a really big fan of it. You can find it at Lowe's. I'm sure Home Depot has it too, or you could go on Amazon. So I mix it half and half because it's water-based. I can use half water and half the stain. If you wanted a lighter look, you could just apply it straight. But I figured I'd just do half and half first and see where I was. Turns out I really liked it. So because this is a water-based on top of oil, and the oil's already had a chance to seal and, you know, sort of acts as a protective layer, some of your stain here, you'll see when I go a little bit closer, it might kind of look like it's not absorbing into the wood, you know, as well as the first stain did. But trust me, it will, it'll settle into the nooks and crannies, which is kind of right where you want it to show up the most. And so just keep rubbing and wiping and rubbing and wiping, and you'll get the finish you're going for. So again, I'm applying this with a paper towel, and then I'm wiping the excess off with a dry paper towel. So you can see it's getting in some of the nooks and crannies, and where the sander got a little heavier on some spots, it added a lot of texture and a lot of character to this really boring, I think it was just an IKEA table. Even though it was solid wood, it was just very, very factory. And so this is way more like what I was going for. So you can see right there that it looks like it's kind of not settling in and it's starting to separate and stuff, but that actually didn't, I was a little worried, but it didn't cause me any problems. I just rub it on and wiped it off just like I have done the others, and it turned out great. The combination of these two stains is really one of my favorite looks. It has so much character, and I think it matches so many different decor styles. And also, if you have, you know, maybe you have brown wood chairs or you have white chairs, you maybe have gray in your kitchen, it just pulls whatever colors you already have. It's almost it just fits in any space so well. It even can pull some blue tones too. So after I get this finish all done, I'm going to wait 24 hours and put a matte top coat on top just to seal it and make sure it's going to be really well protected. You might even put 2 or 3 top coats depending on how hard this item might be used in your home. You know, say you've got young kids and they're banging silverware on it, you might want to go with 3 coats. But if it's an entryway table or something like that, it might only just need 1. But I'm so happy with how this turned out. I really am obsessed with these 2 stains together. It just looks so pretty and I love the variety.
Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed learning how to do this finish and that you'll try it on a piece of furniture in the very near future. And I hope that you'll hit the subscription button and the notifications so that you're notified when I post new videos, which is usually every week. Thanks again for watching.